Happy Monday, real estate agents. This is Dawn Connors, and today we're going to talk about what every agent should know about BINSR. Number one, what is a BINSR? Buyer inspection notice and seller's response. So the number one rule with a BINSR is that you do not want your lender to see that form. It is not necessary and not needed. Why? Because a lender does not require a home inspection to be done. So therefore, the details of the home inspection should not be given to the lender, nor should the inspection report. If it goes to the lender and it gets in the hands of the underwriter, what happens is the underwriter then has to review that BINSR report and then make sure that those repairs are done prior to the closing. So let's say that the BINSR report has an issue with the septic field, it's a failed septic, or say that the pipes were scoped and they're plugged up, or say that there's an electrical wiring issue and electrical inspection failed. Those are some reasons that you might write on a failed inspection report, but you never want the lender to see that. You want to work it out with the seller directly and with the buyer before you order an appraisal, before you go through, proceed with the application. And here is why. When you have a lender that gets notified, then it's that lender's responsibility to make sure those things get done before the closing. So that means an appraiser will have to go out and be the one, because they're the eyes for the underwriter, right? And they are the ones that confirm that the repairs have been done. So let's say you don't even want the repairs to be done. Let's say in lieu of those repairs being done, you put in the BINSR report that the seller to contribute $3,000 towards buyer's closing costs because of a failed septic inspection. Well, then what you would want to do is you'd want to take that piece out, the money piece, and put it on a separate addendum. Something like seller to reduce purchase price by $5,000. New sales price to be $238,000. That's it. Less is more in these addendums for the lender. The other thing you might see is you pull out from the BINSR, from that inspection report, seller contributions. So on a separate addendum, it would say seller to contribute $4,000 towards buyer's closing costs and prepaids. That's it. No reason for it to be done, not because of a failed inspection, not because of a non-working furnace, although that would be an issue. I don't think you'd want to go to closing for a non-working furnace, but you don't want to disclose if there's some issues in the house that you really want the buyer to be able to fix afterwards. Now, in some cases, I have some agents that want those items to be fixed beforehand, and in that case, the best thing to do is, if you don't want to notify the lender of those, is make sure those things are fixed before the appraiser goes out, before we order the appraisal. That's an option for sure. And if you want the appraiser to be involved, and if you want the underwriter to be involved, maybe you have a testy seller and you're worried that they won't do those things, then go ahead and submit the addendum with subject to mold remediation. But know that when you make it subject to mold remediation on an addendum that the underwriter is going to see, then they get to pick how it gets resolved. They will want maybe a mold remediation company. They're going to want testing. They're going to want invoices. They're going to want proof of payment. They're going to want to see that the sellers pay for it at closing, or it's fully rectified and taken care of before the closing. And remember, the appraiser will be the eyes on that mold then, and then the appraiser will have a second inspection fee of which the buyer will pay. So, in summary, a BINSR report, you do not want the lender to see that. Inspection, dissatisfaction of inspection report is not necessary for the underwriter. You only want to have on an addendum the items that you want a mortgage company and lender to see. If you have it say more details, be prepared for the ramifications of those details and the involvement of the underwriter to get that loan safely to closing and in good standing with that home and with the things that you have pointed out or the sellers have pointed out and the appraiser points out. So I hope this has been really useful. I hope you have a wonderful week this week. Thank you for watching. And remember, this is Dawn Connors at Mortgage One, providing fantastic mortgage solutions. Call me today for all of your mortgage financing needs. Thank you.